It's cool.
Да-да.
Hello everyone, my name is Dulat and this is my channel with my score, and this is our second episode. So today we're gonna discuss English and Chinese tests. Yeah. So here's I have invited Alexander Tryzhanov, who is an expert in HSK, who has scored 8 from 8. And today we're gonna compare this HSK and IELTS, and we're gonna give some personal tips from us. And I have invited him because we will get like objective opinions about this test. Yeah. So can you introduce yourself?
My name is Dulat the Great, and I learned Chinese about 2 years, and I got 8 out of 9. The main thing is that I have been living in China, so the people and the community helped me to enhance my level of China.
So your surrounding was main factor.
Yeah.
So okay. Today, as I mentioned before, we're gonna like compare this IELTS and HSK in order just to look at their difficulties and so on. So let me start about IELTS. This is the English test where students like as another test shows their level of language or something else. And this test is shows their English capability. So why is it important? First of all, we need to understand that English is the most popular, renowned language in the world, and if you wanna like live outside or like work outside, you should know it really well. That's about Chinese. It's also really important because like nowadays their economy is increasing, and in future it will be very helpful to know their language also. So let's talk about our structure. It has 4 components: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Each of them are estimated from 0 to 9. 9 is the max. So yeah, my personal overall score is 8 from 9. So can you, Adilhan, can you talk about like structures HSK?
HSK structure is the same things, like there is listening, reading, writing, speaking. Also there is examiner. You can pass it by computer or by paper based or something based. So first of all, the hardest part is writing, because there is a lot of things which you must mention, like your grammatically and your also how you write. For example, if your will write very bad, like the examiner can't understand your writing, so you will get lower band.
So you should clearly convey your opinions. Yep. Okay. I think writing part of the IELTS is also the most hardest because just if you look at the results, we can see that a lot of people don't get above 7, which is like considerable. My personal writing score was also 6.5, and I really love it. So why writing is somewhat hard compared to other sections? First of all, writing skill is not developed in our days because a lot of people just message, as you might know, and like showing your like clear opinions directly to the reader is really hard because your thinking can be disorganized for them, but you may clearly understand it. I think yeah, it is a like general common pattern in all the languages, not just English and Chinese. So let's talk about our personal experiences, how we have been preparing to these tests. So personally, I have been like really preparing to the IELTS like in summer of 2024, where like I have where I have got my first official score was 7, and my second score was 8. So let me introduce how I like improved my score. First of all, you need to really well understand the like logical the text, logical the like format of the test, and you need to do really well in like reading and listening parts because they like relatively are really simple. If you just know the stuff, you can do it like 4-9 easily. About writing, I will mention later, and speaking is like also important factor, but it is much more easier to enhance because if you just find a friend or someone who can also speak in English, it will be like very easily to improve your score. For example, when I have been preparing to the IELTS speaking, I have been like having a conversation with my friends before taking IELTS, and I think it really helped me. And how you have been prepared?
Speaking practice was the easiest one because I communicated with some people from China and I even don't prepare for this part. But listening practice also was easy, but it needs some preparing, like how to do, and you don't have any extra time there, so time management must be enhanced also. But reading part was the hardest after writing part because I don't know very complicated words and which know only very good Chinese guys, but I don't learn it. So the reading part was one of the hardest parts. And as I mentioned before, writing is a very hard part. But by guys which live there and by my teachers, professors who helped me to do my best in this exam, I took 8 out of 9. Yeah, and it's evaluated from 1 to 9, as in IELTS.
Okay. So yeah, like the main factor is like surround yourself with English or with Chinese. So for example, when I have been preparing, I have like listened to podcasts, I've been reading like some news and like some magazines, and also like do what you really like in English. For example, I have been really interested in the podcast, and like I have been starting to listen to the podcast in English, which is really was helpful. And I think it is also important to understand the need to the English to the language, because if you understand that through this language you can like communicate with others and enhance your level of living really well. I think it is also important to be aware of it. And yeah, also because when you learn English, when you are not native speaker, it's really hard because at the beginning you will not understand, you will be in the harsh position, but as time passes and you will continue, you're gonna achieve the level in which you can easily comprehend the text, listening, and also you can easily communicate and convey your feelings, thoughts to others, which is really helpful. And what we're gonna talk? Okay. As you can see, guys, it is not so different between IELTS format and HSK format, but in my opinion, is Chinese like a little bit harder. Yep.
Yeah, very hard.
Yeah.
It is one of the hardest language in the world.
Yeah.
So without native speakers, you can't be prepared for this language by yourself. For example, when I passed English IELTS test, I do it by myself without any teachers. I took 7.0 and so I can do it without anyone. But the Chinese test HSK is very hard and you can't do it by yourself.
Yep.
So I started from zero. I prepared it for 2 years, as I said before. So it was hard, but my friends there from China, I lived in Guangzhou, so they helped me to prepare, and they also passed it for 8.5, and so I passed it.
So yeah, and I think like time management is also important in two of these tests, because like for in listening it's really important because if you just miss the words, yeah, it is minus point, and you should be really cautious about it. And also I think like sleeping very well before the test is also important, because I can say it from my personal experience. When I had first passed it, I had very bad sleep, about I don't know 5 or 6 hours, and as a listening I have been just missing all these words, and I think like focus is one of the most factors which really influences your score. Also, what advices can you give to our viewers?
Do not eat so much before your test, and do not drink too much also. It will take time to go to the restroom, and you don't will be added any extra time for the time in which you was in toilet. So you must sleep very well. So as said Dulat, the sleeping is also the main thing, because you can forget some words, and if you interrupted from one question, go to the next one. Don't sit in this question and lose your time.
Yeah, I think it's really one of the most important factors, because I have seen a lot of students when they just miss one word or something like, they just like stagnated there and starting to worry that about future.
I have the same.
Yeah, but I think it's important just like skip it, embrace it, and do your best in the next parts. So, what resources did you use?
I learned words from Quizlet and use a channel called Slowly Chinese. It is just, and when you speak with native speakers, they talking very fast and you can catch their words. But in this channel, it pronounces slowly and you can catch these words and maybe add to your vocabulary like Quizlet. So, in sometimes you must be burnt out, I think, because it is so hard and it takes a lot of time. So when you have such kind of situations, you can watch some comedy serials or films in Chinese slowly versions. You can make slowly it by yourself by the settings of the video, like in YouTube. So you can do the settings and please watch your comedies, and maybe it will help you to fight burning out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as Adhan mentioned, it's really important to make the learning engaging because a lot of people burns out and mm, one of the factors of like really be successful at learning the English, at learning the language overall is by keeping just keep persistent, and it will be much easier if your if your plan is engaging, and you will not have a lot of stress, and by doing this you will just will do your best. And as Adhan mentioned, there is a lot of sources in the mm, in the internet, in the sources, because like English and the Chinese is like very well known like languages, and also like HSK and IELTS are one of the most popular exams in the world. So yeah, it is like really easy just find the new materials for learning it. For example, you can just type to the Telegram like doing like Cambridge practice test. It's a Cambridge practice test just done by like IDP and the British councils, which were like real practice tests, and by doing them you can like know what is your present level, and by doing analysis of your mistakes you can really score it. And by doing practice tests you will see the like A points and the B points. A point where it's the initial level, and the B point is okay, it's the initial level, and the B point is like your goal. So yeah, you need to have like duration of time where you understand, because a lot of people just stagnated. They feel like they don't learn anything, but actually by keeping this doing this practice test, you will see the result at the end of the day. Yeah. So what else advices can you advise?
Learn Chinese because it is the main language in the world. Maybe it will become like that, but not now. So we don't have such kind of exams in Kazakh language or some kind of Russian because it is not main languages. But we have such kind of exam in China. So it maybe will must make you thinking about it. So is this language have exams? So it maybe will be in the near future the main language in the world after English, of course.
Yeah, I think also it is really important to start as early as possible, because I have seen a lot of guys, a lot of children actually, which are learning like new languages, and it is done really well by them. Because I think when you have fresh brains, it's much easier to learn new words, like embrace new culture and so on. Because as you can see, like in society, like a lot of elderly people don't just like try to learn it because they have two reasons. The first reason, they maybe don't have the time because they work and so on. The second reason, they will just lose the interest and they just be complacent why they're now position, which is not really well. Yeah, I think because of it, like language is like the main factor which, in my opinion, which like influences our future. By knowing more languages, you can communicate with more people, and if you communicate with more people, you can like make more money in that fields. Because it's really sadly that in our country our infrastructure is not so very developed, and because of it, our people should know these languages, because by learning it in the future, they can like migrate to them and like start making money and like enhance their living styles and level at that places. And yeah, first of all, you need to see it as an opportunity. It's the main factor, and keep persistent, and also like don't just burn out. It will pass as over time. Yeah.
The infrastructure of the world is being placed on China, so maybe it is time to learn Chinese.
Yeah. As you can see, like in now politics, like USA versus China, and it's kind of like bad position in my opinion. There can be like even worse. But if you know like two of the languages, it will be very helpful, because you don't know which country will win. Maybe China will dominate in the future. Maybe USA will stay like at this #1 place. Yeah. So it's really needed. It's really needed skill in our days. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can just comment below, and we're gonna share the links to the like past papers and so on in the link as we did in the first episode. So I want to say thank you to the Adil Khan for this amazing podcast, and goodbye. See you next year.